Despite being careful, I felt myself bumping into some large men and scantily clad women. Oh, excuse me. But I heard the door of the locker open and stared at Vincent's naked body. We're censoring the fuck out of that. Anyway, we're playing. One second, let me make my intro. Hello everybody. As you can see, I'm actually using my camera. I didn't really want to, for a number of reasons. Cause I don't dress up. Like I don't put clothes on. Huh? Or that many clothes. We're gonna do these boyfriend to death requests. Someone requested Vincent. Someone requested Lawrence, and someone requested Ryer. So I'm gonna do my least favorite to my most favorite. So that means Vincent is first. And in case anyone forgot, or if you knew, I am degenerate. On this channel, I'm kind of just doing whatever, just figuring out what I do want to do. So yeah, and right now I feel like boyfriend to death, so let's get to it. New game. We're gonna name ourselves YN because why not? I apologize. We have to go to Route 66 for Vincent. But those of you who do like him, tell me why, because look at the place where he's at. The review, there's a lot of weird people here, really shady, avoid. And people's first thought is, yeah, let's go there. Let's go. A crappy pool hall didn't sound like the best place to spend the night, but I was feeling adventurous. I put on some black clothes and examined myself. That's why we're named YN, because we're quirky and different. Maybe that would help from standing out. No. You're wearing all black. Who knew? Am I in? Don't worry, I'll take care of you. I didn't answer my question. I walked out of my apartment and headed downtown. Once I arrived, I headed in. This place already bothers me. I looked around the pool hall and immediately felt out of place. Despite being careful, I felt myself bumping into some large men and scantily clad women. Oh, excuse me. The small person I bumped into scoffed and zeroed at me. Oh, zeroed in on me. Oh, you're excused. Maybe you should watch where you're going. Who the Let me calm down. I don't need to get violent with the first person I see. Whatever. What did you say to me? I said whatever, dude. You don't own the place. Maybe not, but I'm not a newbie like you. I walked towards him, and he met me in the middle. Hey, enough. A deep voice with a heavy... I'm not doing it. A deep voice with a heavy southern accent stopped us. A tall, broad-shouldered man walked over to us. The proud tone of his walk and the way people moved out of his way. He wasn't someone to be messed with in this bar. What are you shits doing? We can't have you guys fighting here. Don't need the pigs poking their noses in our business again. Got me? The smaller man went quiet and shoved me again. So he's still going. Fars narrowed his eyes at Vincent for a moment and gave up. Fine. You're lucky Vincent is here. No, I'm not. You say that, but I'm not. I was thankful that he had stood up for me, but he seemed to be uninterested now. Uninterested in what? He's still standing in front of me. Is he that uninterested? No. thank you. I don't like where this is going. You want to thank me? No, I already did it. There's nothing else. I already did it. He spoke in the same gruff tone that he had before, but shifted his gaze back to me. You're gonna have to thank me with more than your words. Unfortunately, that's all I have right now. Sir. I felt my voice getting caught in my throat. Maybe you can just use your mouth. That's so crazy because I just did. By saying thank you. Vincent leaned over and I stepped back. I bet you haven't been with a real man like me. I don't need a real man. I don't. I actually don't care. How vulgar. Wanna taste my... I'm sorry. I really am. Want a taste of my... That hurt to say. It really did. I didn't say anything. I could feel my face heating up. Offer stands if you really want to thank me. He leaned away from me and crossed his arms. You look like you got something to say. You should just say what's on your mind. Otherwise, someone like me might mistake it for gawking. Was I staring? No. I wasn't even aware. But what wasn't there to stare at? Fuck? Nothing. He was large and imposing. People seemed to respect him here. Unfortunately. My name is YN. I tried to sound as polite as I could. Hey, don't you think that you should be talking to some other guys in this bar? As much as you would enjoy looking at my face, I'm sure there's a bunch of dudes who'd be happy to get... No. Everything he says is disgusting. I do want to know why. Please, in the comments, please, tell me why you like him. Tell me why you told me to play this. Please. Vincent seemed unfazed by the rude way he spoke to me. I bit my lip. In disgust? Yes. Maybe I don't want that. You came to the wrong bar and started talking to the wrong guy then. Because I ain't nice. I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna treat you like a fucking delicate flower. I'm a fucking animal. What does that even mean? I mean, I could throw you down on the table and you in front of all these lovely people. Some of the men at the bar looked over and eyeballed me with a smirk. Damn, can everyone hear us? Shit, how loud are you? Vincent stared to advance on me and I took a step back. They love taking bets on how long it... God, disgusting. Oh my gosh, disgusting. We could go all night. No one asked for that though. I'm in pure disgust right now. My back hit a wall and I looked up at him. Please don't. Vincent grinned and put his hand on the wall next to my head. But I don't really feel like putting on a show for these people tonight. Got priorities to deal with. You understand. He patted me on the face with the other hand and licked his lips. I don't think you have the time for that. Vincent pushed off the wall and turned away from me. He was going to leave me alone? Yes. What more is there? I cannot believe we're gonna inquire about this person. Wait. You're fucking kidding me, right? What did I just say? I ain't gonna be nice with you. I looked at him trying to find words. Vincent paused and looked me over. Almost as if a light went in on his head. In his head. You weren't a one-night stand? What else would it have been? The fuck? Vincent cocked his head to the side with a large smirk across his face. That's not what I said. Vincent put his hand under my chin and pushed my head up, forcing me to look at him. Damn, you that fucking tall? Shit. Really? Because that's what I can see all over your face. No, what you see all over my face is eyes, a nose, and a mouth. Maybe I do. Really? He looked at the other guys in the bar, one of them quickly looking away from him. You got more stones than them. Balls, he means. Vincent said, pointing at me. I felt my face heat up. I gotta respect someone who asks for what they want. Shut up. He held out his arm and wrapped my hand around it. His arm was thick and muscular. It felt like only a moment till we were at his house. This is such a disappointing turn of events. I'm probably just gonna skip this part. We skipped it. I didn't want to be a part of that. No. He basically was about to do knife play, and we just said be careful, while he proceeded to ram himself into us. So, and now we're in his secret bunker. Wake up. Okay? I felt a swift kick. Oh, and we found like a skull on the floor. That's why we're here. A bloody skull, by the way. I felt a shift kick to my ribs as the air pushed out of my lungs. I started to cough uncontrollably as I looked around the room. Pin-up posters fucking everywhere. It looked like a fallout shelter. What's going on? This knife again. Vincent tossed a knife up and down. His eyes followed it as if he was thinking what to say next. I would have put of in between there, but hey. He tossed the knife directly at my head. I tried to dodge it, but my arm hitched. I was handcuffed to a radiator. The knife sailed past my face, cutting my cheek and bouncing off the cement near me. Look, kiddo, you saw a little too much. The skull. I couldn't just let you walk out of my house. I'm surprised you have a house. He turned his head away from me and scoffed. Vincent walked over and picked up the knife. He lifted it up to my throat and leaned in. You see, I got a little anger issue. Hence the meter. Guess what? I don't care. Some unresolved inner conflict or some hippy-dippy shit like that. He pushed the knife up against my throat, the sharp steel cutting tightly into my skin. The adrenaline picked up and my heart started to pound. He pressed it deep and I could feel my blood dripping in onto his blade. I thought you could help me solve it. I feel like there's so many other beautiful women that could do that for you though. Not me. He pulled the blade away and licked the blood off of the broadside. Bro. Let's continue to be curious. Vincent picked his ear and looked at it. Nothing much. I got a problem I gotta deal with soon. He looked at the calendar hanging on the wall. That one right there. That features a woman in another game, I believe. Real soon. Ooh, scary, I'm shaking. And I thought you could help out. He took my free hand and sniffed my wrist. What? You're warm? Yeah. I am warm-blooded. I gasped as his nose touched my skin. I wanted to pull away, but he held my arm tight. You'll do just nicely. Vincent turned away from me and walked towards the table, sneering at the calendar, and as he passed it, he picked up something from the table before kneeling in front of me. Let's have some fun together. No. He walked over and scraped the bottom of my foot with the knife. Don't make me tie you down. It'll be worse. You know what'll be worse? I actually don't know. Trust me. All I have left is razor wire. Vincent walked over me and flicked the knife between his fingers. He sighed and looked at my toes, playing with them individually. You got cute feet?
That's crazy that I can never play Fortnite again.
Vincent looked up from my toes and tapped the knife on them. It'd be a shame if something happened to them, wouldn't it? Vincent put the knife between my toes and pushed down. I let out a hiss between my teeth and looked up at him. Vincent wasn't quite pushing, but I could feel how sharp the knife was. Vincent slid the knife down my foot, cutting deep into the skin. He pushed into my flesh and screamed, and I screamed through my head, throwing my head back. Damn, can I read? Please stop. Like, can you just not? I begged as Vincent stopped cutting me. I could feel the tears running down my face. I can't have you scurrying around in here. So that was the reason, not just because you like cutting people's fucking feet. Vincent grabbed the handcuff and shook it. I've seen some people get out of these. Did they live after? I can't have that now. There's a lot of dangerous stuff in here. A table and a calendar? Shut the fuck up. So let me cut you up a bit more before what? What is this grammar? So let me cut you up a little bit more before, so I don't have to worry about you. I tried. My eyes shot open and looked at him. Despite the grin on his face, I could see a dead seriousness in his eyes. Beg. Please stop. I feel like what you've done is enough. I felt a soft sob escape my lips, and Vincent kneeled down to look me in the eye. You want me to stop? Is that what I said? Oh, okay. He leaned in and sniffed me once again. It's like the third time today. I twitched trying to pull away from him, but he kept my face still. He stuck his tongue out and licked my cheek, wiping my tears away. Aw, how kind. I'll do that for you, but I still need you not to move around so much. So we still end up getting cut. Yeah. Vincent quickly slashed the underside of my other foot. I let out a loud scream as I felt the blood dripping out of the new wound. I don't trust you enough not to leave this spot. If I don't see your little footprints around my bunker, we might get along. Maybe. Vincent put the knife back in the holster. The invisible holster. Vincent turned away as I let out soft sobs. He walked back to his table and started to clean up something. I could feel something churning inside of me, and I pushed my legs together. Oh my gosh! I needed to pee. We didn't even drink anything. Keep that in mind. My bladder was doing flips from being hurt, but my nervousness was getting the better of it now. Vincent looked over his shoulder as I let out the sound. What now? I didn't call you. I blushed as I looked at him, rubbing my knees together. I need to pee. Vincent tilted his head to the side. Then go. No one's stopping you. I stared at him. I guess in a way I knew he wouldn't let me just go to the bathroom and use the toilet. I don't want to do it right here. Vincent made a sound out of the side of his mouth. Well, I ain't untying you. Press there or hold it. Fine, you gotta clean it up, not me. I don't want you to watch. I stammered a bit. Or stammered out. I wanna watch. 'Cause I'm different. I won't make fun of you. That's not the problem. A blush crept over Vincent's face. I promise. I shifted my legs and he stopped me. Wait. Hold it for a few more seconds. Before I could even complete my thought, he tugged my bottoms off from around my waist. I let out a small cry as I went over my feet. They still hurt, but the pain was replaced by fear as he flicked open a knife. Oh yeah, my bad. Let me get those off too. He grabbed the hem of my underwear and tore through the fabric. I squeaked out as he tossed away the cloth. I just want to get a front row look. It's cute. I tried to clamp my legs together, but he pushed them apart. Don't do it. Vincent growled out between his teeth. He wasn't asking nicely anymore. No, he was demanding at that point. I closed my eyes as I felt my bladder release. Vincent let out an excited sound as I emptied myself on the floor. Ugh. Vincent scooted in, not seeming to notice. It was getting on the knees of his pants. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He gets off on this. I let out a gasp as he pressed up against me. I hate this so much. Alright. So, we all know what happened. I'm not gonna explain it in vivid detail. Vincent grabbed a towel above me and wiped me down, tossing the towel aside. Why? Vincent flicked my forehead. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. What does that even mean? He wiped up the cement out from under me. He tossed a blanket on my head. Go to sleep, brat. He walked off and shut the door behind him. I'm still like... He's obviously insane. But hey, what's the point of the game? Just to meet insane people. And then just justify their actions because they're so-called hot. I curled up underneath the blanket, feeling the warmth. We got a blanket? I closed my eyes. I felt grateful for the warm cloth around me. I picked up my head and couldn't sleep. How could someone sleep in this situation? I opened my eyes slowly. I sighed and yanked the handcuff. Come on. Pull him. Don't yank him, pull him. Pull it. It came off. Magic, with the power of magic. But I looked at my arm. It was all cut up and bloody. I held it close to me. He'd noticed that for sure. I got up and wobbled. I forgot Vincent cut my foot. I leaned against the wall and used it to stabilize me. Damn it. I cursed softly to myself as I walked towards his workbench. My fingers are sticky. I reached for a towel that was tucked in the corner and gingerly pressed it against my arm for now. I looked at the table. There were a lot of small tools all over the place. I forgot that I could touch the table. There was something on the table. I moved in that direction to see what I could find. Fucking dirty, dingy teeth, a bunch of jerky, and a whack-looking key. What can I find? I looked down at the key we're taking now. That's obvious take. I picked up the bag of food and looked at it. It looked like jerky. Did he make this himself? Out of the children he's kidnapped. I opened up the bag and sniffed it. It smelled like regular meat. My stomach growled and I took a piece out. I nibbled on it and it tasted great. I shouldn't take too much. I ate the piece I pulled out and put it back where I found it. I don't need to touch those disgusting teeth. Oh, back. Now what do? Go to sleep? I better not touch anything else. I walked back to the radiator and looked down at the cliff. We're in a fucking bunker. The key. I unlocked the cuff and locked it around my wrist. I was glad I didn't have to force it back on. I set the key under the radiator within my reach and leaned back. I just wanted this to be over. I closed my eyes and went back to sleep. I'm surprised we could even go back to sleep after that disgusting turn of events. I woke up the next morning to the door opening. Vincent walked in. Yikes. Morning, kiddo. He kneeled down. Vincent looked at my arm and I attempted to hide it behind my back. Hey, don't try to hide it, brat. I already saw it. I squeaked as he grabbed my arm and yanked it out from behind me. Oh my gosh, being so rough. He looked at the wound and cocked an eyebrow. Did you get out? Even though I warned you? Vincent pushed his finger into my wound. That's fucking ballsy. I could have come in here anytime, you dumbass. Did you? No. I ate up your jerky while you were gone too. Yeah. Vincent nuzzled my face gently. I like that. Yeah. Let me fix that shit for you. He slapped my face. Did he have to slap me before he got up? Vincent looked in his cabinet and pulled out a bottle. Give me your arm. He demanded, and I quickly brought my arm out. Vincent uncapped the bottle. He took a key off his belt and unlocked the cuff. So he had 2 keys. So he had one on a table, and then he had one in his pocket or whatever. And he expected me not to get up and... Why did you have 2? And in 2 different places? You're the dumbass. I kept still. With him this close, he could spring over and snap my neck in 1 second. You are correct, ma'am. The first smart thing you've said today. I gulped as he poured down my arm. Oh my gosh, you're being so rough. I screamed and brought the arm back to myself. Give me your arm back. What is that? What? Angry. I just saw it. It went up. Vincent stared at me. He drank a few gulps out of it. Is that like alcohol? Not rubbing alcohol? Everclear? I scooted back and he inched towards me. Come on, loosen up. He got up and grabbed my nose. Oh, jeez. I started to panic. My heart raced hard and opened my mouth to breathe. Ah, there you go, sweetie. Because we're there. We're that close. We're like this. Vincent jammed the bottle into my mouth. He let go over my mouth and as I choked down the liquid. It felt like it was burning all down my throat. My eyes started to water and as I choked it back. Vincent took the bottle out of my mouth and slapped his hand over my mouth. It's already in my mouth, might as well. I could feel the tears running down my face. It felt like all of my insides were on fire. I swallowed it and immediately regretted it. My head spun as Vincent took my hand off my mouth. You look so cute. Shut up, bro. Like, I cannot be that adorable. I slumped on the floor. I could sit straight without something holding me up. I threw up on the floor and Vincent hissed. Man, what a waste. Whatever. What are we doing? What's happening? He pushed his boot into the back of my head and I smelled my own bile and vomit. Please don't make me eat this. Please don't make me eat this. I scratched at the floor, but he wouldn't let me up. Lick it. No, please. You heard me. I made him angry earlier, might as well. My sanity. I licked the floor in front of me gently. I don't want to be hurt by him anymore. Vincent made a low growl as I did and kneeled down. Yo, he's so embarrassing. He's embarrassing to look at. He's embarrassing to hear. He's embarrassing to smell. He's embarrassing to taste. Everything about him is embarrassing. He said, "Come here, baby." Like, who the f are you talking to? Because it's not me. I crawled over to him and he licked the vomit off my lips. Who told me to play this again? I gasped as his lips came close to mine. I clutched his arm and pressed my lips to his. I could feel his tongue pushing into mine. His kiss was hungry. Starving even. Like he couldn't get enough. I couldn't think anymore. Click, 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 click. What happened? Vincent pulled his attention away from me and looked over with a frown. What is it now? He moved away from me and opened the door to let whoever it was in. So after that debacle, Mans knocks on the door. So I don't like him either. I don't care about either of them. They're literally both disgusting. It was that guy from the bar. Not shocked or surprised. What do you want? I wanted to talk to you about them. Vincent's eye moved from me to Far's. What about them? Let me fight them. What the f***? No. If they're too weak to beat me, they won't survive your change. You know that. You're a f***ing twink. You played with them too much. You've got a few full moons without killing someone before going berserk. What do you care? I want to take care of you. Fine. Fuck it. Even though there's a big blaring heart next to his name, he decides to let me fight this twink. Vincent shoved past Fars and held out a knife for me. You're gonna need it. Give me a gun. Like, take the knife. I took the knife from Vincent and looked at the sharp blade. I looked at him. I wasn't sure what I could do right now. Defend yourself? Are you dumb? I held the knife. Defend yourself? You're gonna attack this big burly man? Come on. I won't go down so easy. He leapt at me and Vincent took a step back, his hands up. Vincent was determined to let us just duke it out. He reeled back his arms and punched me in the face. Vincent's mine. Nick, you can have him. Who said I wanted him? No one. He was a lot stronger than he looked. I gripped the knife harder as he grabbed my wrist. I gripped the knife harder as he grabbed my wrist. He wasn't even talking anymore, just making loud, angry sounds. I gripped the knife and cut his hand. He leaned back and smashed his forehead into my nose. I could feel the blossoming from the middle of my face. He was unrelenting. Ooh. I gripped my knife and stabbed him in the side. He let out an angry sound as he pushed his hands around my neck. And now I'm being choked. Look at that. What did I need the knife for if I was just gonna be choked out? I choked and sputtered as I tried to pull the knife through. I dropped the knife as the man fell on top of me. I just killed a twink. Wow. What the f- Oh my gosh. Jesus fucking Christ. That guy wouldn't go down, would he? He grabbed my arm and locked me back in the radiator. Vincent picked him up and looked down at the body. Shit. He didn't even glance back at me as he left the room. The door shut with a loud, hollow bang. I closed my... I just killed a fucking twink. I closed my eyes, hoping to shut out the image of what I just did. I woke up and looked... No? Okay. At the handcuff. I picked up the key from under the radiator and looked at it. I was glad I went looking around the first day. I might have never gotten out of these cuffs. I was too tired today. I unlocked the cuff. Now I could look around. Look around! I walked back over to the table. Maybe there was something useful on it this time. What can I find? Dog tags. I picked up his dog tags and looked at them. Vincent Metzger? I whispered out loud. Oh, whoops. I was pretty loud for a whisper. Gosh. Yeah, that's me. What of it? I turned quickly. My fucking eye. I guess the sight of him made my eye just reject working. He didn't look like he was going to attack me. You were in the army? Why do we care? I asked as I held out the dog tags for him. Yeah, I was once. He took the tags and looked at them. Why'd you leave? I got attacked, like every other army prison. That's why I look like I got into a fight with a blender and lost. Who did you get attacked by? Shit. Do you remember anything before that? Vincent paused, looking for the words. No. He tapped his skull and shrugged. Lost it all in a car accident. Oh, am I supposed to feel bad now? All my childhood memories. Lost my family too. It's like my dad. At least he don't got daddy issues. He nodded his head towards the spot on the floor and I walked that direction. I sat down as he cuffed me back to the radiator. The key. I smiled sheepishly and gave him the key. I know you took it, brat. Okay. He tousled my hair and looked at it. You're pretty brave. Brave or stupid? It's one of those... This shit is comedy hour. It's fine. It's fun though. It's supposed to be... It's a game. It's supposed to be fun. It's one of those two things. Stay in this spot, alright? Okay. He held out a can and shook it. I took it and looked at it. It looked like a food supplement. It's all I really had. That's not dog food. You don't even have a dog. Do you have a dog? You could say that. Shut the fuck up. Literally. Sleep. It'll be better if you do. Vincent got up and left me alone again. I drank the rest of the cold drink and sighed as I went back to bed. That was so painful. I heard the door open and I looked up. Vincent wandered into the bunker. Vincent looked frustrated and he kneeled down and unlocked me from my cuff. What are you doing? Can a guy unlock you without the 20 questions? That was one question. Your math is off. I flinched at his loud tone and he sniffed. This guy is always smelling something. I can't control my anger when it's this close. It's not really that close. He paused, his eyes shifting around, looking for the words. Vincent bit back when he was going to say what he was going to say. He didn't complete his thought. What's close? Maybe if I asked myself, he'd respond. Oh, moon. The alpha's coming out. He let out a low animalistic growl as he sat down next to me with a soft thud. Vincent looked at me and bit back his words again. What's wrong? I tried to sound strong, but my words came out in a stutter. Oh, anyways. Fucking hell. The 20 questions. Oh, that was just the second one. Or was it the third one? Vincent's aggressive tone didn't hide anything from me. You look like a hurt animal lashing out at people who are trying to help you. Vincent sealed his lips tight. He knew I was right. Alright, smartass. Vincent let out a heavy sigh. I wanted to say sorry. Let's go down the list. For verbally abusing me, sexually abusing me, forcing me to do things I didn't want to do. What else? Making me kill a twink. Let's not forget. The list goes on. His low, angry tone turned soft and dark for this whole experience. Vincent motioned in my direction, his eye pausing at every cut. Every part of me that was out of place. It's not that serious. Any part that was cut or bloody or broken. I don't remember him breaking anything. And in the end, he was the one that did this to me. He was the one that put me here. He hurt me. What's that called again? When you fall in love with the person? Stockholm Syndrome. Let's forgive him. Continue that journey of Stockholm Syndrome. Maybe I was crazy, but it's okay. I forgive you, because it's that easy to forgive a maniac. He tucked his face in his arms. Oh. He sounded dejected. What were you expecting? Shit, I don't know. Maybe you screaming at me? Telling me to f myself? Fuck off, Vince. You're the one who fucking put me here. Vince tried to imitate my voice. He did a poor job. I stifled a laugh. Laugh it up, pup. No. We don't like the pet names. You're not gonna laugh very long. Not after. And then he stops abruptly. This is the worst experience of my life. He stopped himself and bit his bottom lip. Vincent put his head down in his arms. You're dancing around the point. I reached out and started to stroke his hair. My greasy hair. It looked like it would be rough. Yeah, look at it. His soft hair slipped through my fingers like silk. I ran my hands through his hair, petting him lightly. Hopefully he wouldn't be angry. My hands weren't the cleanest things. He's not the cleanest thing either. Vincent leaned into my touch, letting off a low sound of pleasure. I kept my hand on his head, and I felt something growing under my hand. Your ears. No, don't do this. What? He swatted my hand away and put his hand on the top of his head, feeling for himself, I think it said. I clicked it too fast. God damn it. I want to touch them. No, fuck off. Pet his ears. Anyways. I reached out to pet his ears and it twitched to the side when my fingers touched it. I giggled softly. Like a fucking anime girl. I'm done. His warning went on deaf ears, but he didn't seem to mind as much as he let on. I said fuck off. His tail was moving side to side. It's cute. It won't be so cute when I'm ripping your fucking guts out and eating your insides. What's wrong? There's a reason why I brought you here. I looked at my injuries. I told you I don't care. So what about it? When I turned into a werewolf, I snorted. What was he talking about? You're kidding, right? Vincent looked at me deadpan. He just pointed at his ears and I put up my hands. Point taken. I go after one person, the first bastard I see usually. Vincent gripped his hands and looked at them. But I learned to lock myself down here so I don't go looking around anymore. That's why you're here. Can't you just lock yourself in here by yourself? I feel like that's why take someone down here though. That's what I'm saying. Bro, can't you let me go? Can't control yourself. Who's Sano? Kojima? Who the fuck? Where did this come from? We don't even know who that is. He shook his head. Nah, I wish I could. I'm feral when I'm in werewolf form. One of the perks. Sounds dangerous. You're damn right it is. The fuck is this conversation? Vincent sighed and leaned against the wall. No one wants to hear me bitch about life. You're right about that. It's shit and we all know it. He stood up and dusted off his jeans because them shits is dusty. They're probably so dirty, bro. You're not going to be around much longer at any rate. I'm sorry. Yet they do this. Like right before they're like, oh, we're you're about to die anyway, but be laying up next to you, making sure you're okay. They apologizing for shit that they did that's literally past crossing the line. They made the line and then crossed it multiple times. Yet they do this, they apologize. They have a little pep talk with us, telling us their backstory. Who the fuck is Sano Kajima, whatever the fuck? Like, we didn't even learn nothing. We just ate some jerky and some dog tags. He sounded upset. Vincent turned towards the door. I didn't want him to leave me alone in here. Too bad. We're gonna have to just sit here. Okay, catch him. Cause he's a fucking bird. We gotta catch him. I sprung up out of my spot. Gotcha! I tackled him as hard as I could. He turned around. Despite my best efforts to tackle him, he didn't budge. I backed up, a smile creeping up on my face. This is so, like, weird. Catch me if you can. Oh, no. His eyes widened as I teetered away. I looked stupid. I could imagine. I couldn't run very well, and I was in some pain. What else could I do to keep him here? I could hear him thumping behind me, and he tackled me back, sending us both sailing to the floor. You gotta be nuts. I just told you I was a werewolf and you want to play games with me? Well, I mean, if you're I understand what this YN character is trying to do. You're a dog. She said catch me like I'm a stick. So I get it. Vincent rubbed his fingers against my lips. I opened my mouth, licking the tips of his fingers. They tasted like metal. I bit down playfully on his skin. He let out a low, pleasured growl. He pulled out his fingers and left them on my face, rubbing his thumb against my cheek. I didn't want you to leave. If I'm not gonna be here longer, then I want you. Bro, I would never fucking say this. We're gonna skip this too. Like, I'm not putting this in the video. I laid on the floor like a wet noodle, panting hard. What the fuck? He leaned into me and kissed my lips. Fuck, what time is it? Oh, it was so good. We lost track of time. This thing's about to turn into a fucking werewolf and eat me. We lost track of time. Doing the hokey pokey. Okay. Vincent got up and held his head. Fuck. Vincent growled and looked around quickly. Vincent, what's wrong? What's wrong, honey boo? Are you okay, my love? He put his hand on his weapons locker and punched in the code. Fuck. He growled as he pulled down the rack of guns. They banged loudly on the floor and I looked up at him. What? I started, but he grabbed my throat. Shut up. Right. He growled quickly and jammed me into the locker, shutting it behind him. I grabbed the grate and looked at him. Oh no, the alpha. What are you doing? I'm saving you. He growled with his head down. You're the only one. You're the only one worth saving. This is serious. Stop. I love you. I grabbed the fence between me and him. Back up. No. I mean, okay. That shit hurts. He banged on the doors. Don't listen to him. Reach out for him. You love him too. I reached out for him as he let out a growl. He scratched my arm and I took my hand back. It wasn't too bad, but I was feeling a bit dizzy now. I sat down at the bottom of the locker as he paced around. He let out an ear-splitting howl as I held on tight for the rest of the night. You survived. Vincent saved you. But there's more after credits. It's our movie. That one night felt like an eternity, but I heard the door of the locker open and stared at Vincent's naked body. We're censoring the fuck out of that. Are you okay? My mind snapped back to his face and I nodded quickly. Yeah, I'm fine. What about you? Vincent scoffed and went to the door. I'm always a little tired after transforming. I looked at my hand and cradled it. You scratched me. Vincent held my hand gently. I guess we'll be hunted together next full moon. What did he mean by that? He opened the door to the bunker and sun flooded into the room. I thought it was underneath the house. I've never had a pack mate before. Vincent turned you. So now I'm the alpha. That literally hurt me on a physical level. Whoever wanted to see it, there you go. I did it. I'm not gonna lie, it was still fun and it was funny to do. So what am I gonna do? I'm not gonna deny someone something if they ask for it. I was asked to do Vincent, Ryer, and Lawrence. I put it in order from least liking to most liking, and next will be Ryer. So if anyone is ready for that, just be prepared, you know, like, subscribe, all the stuff. Comment though. I would like to hear what people thought of this specifically, or just of anything. I'm ready to have some Boyfriend to Death fans, so I also don't have a proper outro, so I will though have a proper one soon. You just wait. So, till next time.